Okay, so that last little trick, lifting up over on this side, gave me enough flexibility to get the beam where it needs to go. Almost. I gotta beat this side back over a little bit. Once I get it in position, I'm gonna put some supports on it to where it's not gonna move, and then I'm gonna try to either hammer the wall, or I may get some ratchet straps and pull the wall back over on top of the beam, because as I lift up, it likes to push out instead of up. So it kind of goes up and out. And I need to pull it back in so it's sitting on the beam. So I need to get it in better position over here first. Okay. All right, the beam is in good position now. So I'm going to put some supports on it so that as I try to push the wall in, it doesn't slide this way. Okay, so I've switched my tactics. I don't know if the camera cut off, so I'll just say again. The problem is the wall has bowed outward away from where the beam is. The beam is sitting where it needs to be, and the wall is bowed outward, primarily because lifting on the wall, you know, it's easier for the forces to push out than it is to lift this whole house, so it bows out. Now that makes it really hard for me to get it back in place on top of the beam, because if I try to push it, you know, everything's sitting on that jack, and so I can't just slide, you know, however many tons this is. So I've been able to get it over on this side. I've screwed it in place. This side's just not coming because it's connected to this wall, and the jack's there. So I've switched the tactics to these pole jacks. The benefit is that I can lift, you know, up here on good wood, and it sits out of the way, so maybe I can get the wall to float and I can bring it back in and then screw it down. I've got another one over here on this side, over here. So it's about the same span, it's just kind of in between. The downside is I have to lift up on these attached scabs that I've got bolted into the studs instead of on the studs themselves. You know, that I don't like that part, but maybe it'll be okay because I'm just kind of running into a dead end right here. So I'm going to try to lift up here and there, see if I can get the wall pressure on that, take out the two jacks underneath here, and then if I can get the whole thing to float on these two pole jacks, then I can bring the whole wall back in where it's supposed to be and screw it in. And that is the hope, because if that doesn't work, we're going to have to get real creative. So, let's see. I've had some luck with these guys before on buildings that we were lifting at the homestead. weight is entirely on the pull jacks now. So I'm going to try to see if I can lift it up to where the wall will float over top of the beam. We'll see if they can handle it. If not, I may need a third jack somewhere in the middle here. I don't have a third jack, so let's see if this will work. If not, I may have to go buy a third jack. Okay, so it was hard to tell from the outside, but it looks like it's working, that it is sliding in. Still jammed on this side a little bit. So I gotta see if I can bring it up a little further. The thing is, it's just lifting the whole. Still got a jack over here. Maybe I'll put some pressure on it to take some weight off of this guy. That way you can take more on this side. Yeah. Okay. See if I can get this one a little bit more. Yep. Okay. Lift up a little bit. Gains a little bit. Okay. So, I really wish I had a heavy sledgehammer. Need to bring that. All right, I'm going to try again. See if I can get it in a little bit further. Yes. Oh, that is a relief. Back in position. Sitting on the beam. Right. That makes me feel a lot better. I may try to use these pull jacks more often just because it gets things out of the way. And I can work underneath them and still lift up. That's kind of nice. It gets really bad further down we go, and I may have to utilize them more. Excellent. Oh, good. All right, let me get some screws in so it doesn't shift around. And then I'm going to go get some lunch. Yep. All the way over there. I do need to shift that stud a little bit, but that won't be too bad. That's just where the screw is in it. So this room now has new beam all the way around. That's a good first step. Right there is an example of getting too focused on one thing. That could hurt. And considering it's so loose, it will also be exactly what I need. I need to get this guy up another quarter inch or so. It's a different one. Okay, so I've got this guy screwed in. I've got the studs all brought in directly over and screwed in, so very happy with that. That one was probably the easiest one I've done. I think this next one might not be too bad, but once we get beyond here, it's going to get dicey because the wood over in this room is just so much worse. So I'm going to get to here, but yeah, so much worse. So I'm probably going to start trying to use the pole jacks more to lift up here. So I'll see if I can get a good lift spot right about here, lift this up, and then hopefully get that beam in. I think there's a lot of weight currently sitting on this wall, or there was, anyway, yeah, still is. So I need to get that up. And then over here, we're just going to have to see, because I just don't know. Right now I'm thinking maybe I could lift on both sides of the window with a pole jack, like there and over here, and just try to bring that whole thing up. As with this other one, I'll probably have to bring in the beam from the outside if I do that, just because it's kind of hard to work around the pole jack being where it is. So we'll see. But yeah, I just can't see lifting on the bottom. Some of these studs are just gone. Even lifting here could be problematic because the termites just got up here so bad. So maybe right there. But yeah, one step at a time. Made it this far. Just gotta keep going. Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna do that over there.
So, an update. I'm really struggling on this one. Um, as with the other side over there, when I try to lift up the wall, it kind of bows outward, and I just can't get it to come back in. I can't get the beams up high enough. I think I'm going to have to change the strategy to use more of these pole jacks that which lift up here versus the bottle jacks which lift on the bottom, because I can lift on the bottom, but then I have to kind of beat it over in place, and that can damage the wood. And also I think lifting up here will keep the bottom more where it belongs instead of like bowing outward as I lift up. So problem is I've only got these two. I've got a short one, but that probably won't work. So I'm going to, I guess, go invest in some more of these pole jacks. Maybe 2 or 3 more. See if maybe I put one here. I've got these 2 on either side of the window, which is fine. Maybe one in the corner over here and one here. And if I can just generally lift the house here and eventually take the pressure off, and hopefully that goes all this way, and then I can use the bottle jacks as supplement if necessary and get everything back in place. I think that's going to have to be the way to do it in this room, just because of just how damaged everything is on the bottom. It's been pretty frustrating. I've been at this for several hours. So, okay. I guess that means I am off to Lowe's. It's a new day. I got the new jack posts yesterday, and I got them in before I had to leave for the end of the day. 2 here, 1 more on that end, and then of course the 2 that I already had. Over here. So I'm hoping I can successfully lift up the wall with all of those. I've got 1 more small jack post I'm going to put probably over here. And then I'm just going to take it along the line, each one, just lift slowly and see how far I can do. If I can get the wall up, that way the bottom kind of floats over where it's supposed to be, and get the beams in, that would be great. Especially if I can get 2 beams in, but one at a time. Let's just do this first. So that is the plan. We'll see how that goes. Pretty bummed I wasn't able to get that beam in yesterday. guy's getting up to where he needs to be. Well, no, he's probably about 3/4 of it. Nope. Yeah, about 1.5 inches down still. Luckily this corner's moving, so that's good. Keep going with it. Yep. The catch point has moved all the way to here. Right here. Just got that much to go. Sweet. Alright, house, just don't fall apart. Ta-da! Guys, that feels damn good.